Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Lilibet Tate channel. So tonight is 10 p.m. local time. How's everybody in the world today? So this is 9 p.m. in your time. Sorry, 9 a.m. in your West time. So this is night time here in the Philippines. So how's everybody in the world? Hello, hello. So our subject for tonight is, well, this is, my subject is, or in my title is Let's Sit and Talk for a While, Money, Business, and More. So for those who wants to join with me, feel free to join. I already post the my StreamYard link on my comment section. So if you want to join with me, feel free, don't hesitate, okay, to join with me. So you're very welcome to join with me. And tonight is very nice weather here in the Philippines. But it's given that during 10 a.m. until 3:30 it's quite sunny, but it's not really hot because it's quite a windy, so you don't really feel sweat when you go outside. And I can tell that this is early summer because uh when I woke up this morning, I thought that it's gonna be rain, but it's quite a cloudy. But I expected to rain this afternoon, but it did not. So I think it's just like the the smoke. You think that's it's gonna be rain because of too much pollution here and in ZR. So people think that it's gonna be rain, but it's kind of a the smoke or the pollution. So that's why I really like to stay home. Okay, just imagine when I clean the porch, wipe on the table because I have white table in white chair on my porch. The reason why I really want white because I know it's time for me to clean, because once I touch it and I can tell that need to be clean because it's white. It's once you wear white, or you have furnitures or stuff that it's white, the dirt, it's easily to detect or notice. So every morning I just go there and wipe, but I can tell that the dust, not in the province or the countryside, the dust is brown, okay, but here it's totally black. So you can tell how pollution the air that we breathe if we stay outside. It's really it's really harmful for those elders that their health condition is not really as good as where they're young. So I prepare for those elders that if it's not really important to go outside, just stay, because they said that a lot of people, they complain about people smoke, okay, but once you notice, because this is what I noticed, they on here in Metro Manila, every streets or every highway, there's plants on the middle of the highway, because that's also gave us carbon dioxide from the plants that we cannot really straightly inhale, the smoke from the pipes of the car, motorcycle. They're the one who filtered that, and you know the carbon dioxide that they release, that we breathe. And I can see, guys, the plant is totally black, black. the dust. So imagine if you're oftenly exposed outside, you can tell that that's the air that you breathe. It's gonna go to your lungs. So the reason that I don't really want, to open the window, open the door. Actually, our door has, the screen door. So I don't really want to open that because, it's easy, it's easy to, the your the dust. And I can tell, on the I don't know what do you call that, guys, because on the bottom of our door we have, a cloth that especially that's, for the air condition. That once the air condition is on, there's a cloth under, under the door that the air will not came out. So I can tell that, it's our door, the main door is totally sealed, but we're near to the parking, to the parking slot. Once the engine start, and I can tell that the floor, it starts to getting dark. So that's one thing that I'm not really into, that open the door or the window, because your house, it's easy to become dusty. And I really avoid that, dusty place, because I have allergy, so it's easy for me to cut allergy for that. and and now, like I always mention, guys, that here in the Philippines, they the weather forecast announced that we experience drought season or El Nino. So for those people that it's not really important to go outside, just stay home, because the heat stroke is very prone. Okay, it's very prone. And if you and then I noticed that a lot of people here, they catch colds. So that's still COVID. The only thing that is not really gets worse because of the vaccine that we got. So that the vaccine that we got, that's protection, that we are not ended to 6 feet under. So just put protection, to, if your body cuts that COVID virus, it helps, to fight. So that's why the result is you have fever, colds, and sore throat. That's the reaction. The good bacteria and the bad bacteria fight in your body. So that's the side effect, that you have fever, colds, or whatever symptoms that you experience. And now, I'm so glad that uh, last year, month of November, and then they said that the cases of COVID here is goes down, but when the data shows that December until now, that the case of COVID, it goes up. So the Department of Health announced that it's better to still wearing the face mask. Okay, so I did, I'm still, even though rarely, but I'm still wearing that, especially when I go to public places, or going to the supermarket, because that's a crowded places, or going to the bank. And of course, when I go outside, guys, the clothes that I wear, I don't wear that again. So I just dump that to my laundry bag. So I don't wear that on the second time. everything that I wear on that day, especially when I go to the bank. So I just changed that. And of course, when I arrive home, wash my hands. I wash my hands with soap and water twice before I touch anything, especially when it comes, to food. So I don't touch food even though I'm so hungry. No, I have, I just stop for, for that few minutes, and, I have to wash my hands. Actually, before the COVID came, I use of that, habit that especially when I go outside, I always wash my hand and before touch anything. Even though sometimes, at the bank, when something that goes on your eyes, you really, your eyes, it's so itchy. I really avoid that. I really avoid, to rub my eyes because it's not really safe until now. COVID, it's still there. COVID, it's still hiding, but the time that, is ready to attack people, he just surprise came out. So I'm still aware of that. So I'm not really into that I have vaccine, but prevention is better than cure. So that's the most thing that I don't really go, even though that some people they invite me to visit their house or what, and I really, I refuse to take that invitation because my health and my husband health, it's important. Okay, so that's one thing that I'm not really unlike before the COVID come. Oh, I love, I love to go around, visit my friends, uh, bonding with my classmates, my relatives. But now I'm very careful about that because, it's not really safe. It's not really safe because, the COVID has a lot of variant now. Okay, a lot of variant now. So there's, the strong variant and, the super strong variant. Okay, so for those ones to hit the like, so please hit that like, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for a few minutes, before I start, for the main discussion. And today, okay, tonight, I mean tonight, that's on the west is January 31st. 31st, yeah, or third January 30. So here in the Philippines is February 1st. So heart Valentine's month. So I have that discussion later about the Valentine's month or Valentine's Day. Okay. So this afternoon I so busy about doing stuff. Okay, so I'm just good this schedule 10 p.m. Okay. And for those, okay. Well, they said, Frank. That's why, we need to be careful. Okay, we need to be careful about going places. I really love to go other, especially out of um, out of town, but it's just like the thing that no matter what they said that, oh, there's still, no COVID thing or what, it's but I don't really trust about that. And I remember, that during the pandemic, oh my God, I have, I take supplement or, alternative supplement. I have a lot of that because I really want, my immune system becomes strong. Okay. Because this is the thing that once I cut something, like colds, oh my God, it's easy for me to lose appetite when it comes to food. So that's, the thing that I really don't want to happen to me, because it's easy for me to lose weight for that. Because I number one that I avoid is, eating. I don't have appetite. And the problem about, when you get sick, it's easy for us, to catch some virus. But once you what the healing process, it takes long, to get out of your body system. It's easy to get inside our body system, but once you really want to, to get out of that body system, it's take days or sometimes it's over a week. So it depends how strong is your immune system. And I really want to do, I really want to do a karaoke. The sad thing, because that time I was trying, we're testing, so I use Frank phone. Okay, so my phone is, his phone is, Oppo, and then I have Oppo, the old one, but it's not really working well because it start to malfunction. And then I have three phones. That's only for myself. Okay, I have three phones, and then I have the Xiaomi. Okay, and then the Samsung. So when I try the Samsung, it's not really much on my sounds card. So I cannot really, I cannot really go on karaoke. My God, unless that I'm gonna take Frank's phone, but I don't want that. That his phone. He enjoy using that. He enjoy that. So I don't want to get that moment from my husband. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that because when I read about the microphone condenser with the sounds box, they never tells that you have to match that, because they say that this is also, this is can you can use this, on laptop, iPhone or Android, but they never mention what type of Android that can match. So my Samsung is Android, and it did not match, so that's why it did not work. Because when I try the old one, but my well, my God, that's my first smartphone. So my God, how many years is that? It's almost 9 years. So from first to 4 years. Okay, that smartphone, that's Oppo, the F F S1. That's the latest about the Oppo smartphone. So, and now it's still working, but you can tell that the screen starts shaking. I don't know, maybe the LCD, yeah, because it bends so many. Okay, I can't. count how many times that fall on the table, my bed, or sometimes, when I'm holding it suddenly slit on my hand. So that's the one thing that they said, that the other phone that I bought, that was my birthday last year. So they said that avoid, uh avoid falling your phone. But my phone, I really be careful about that. So it's already fall that first time. Oh my god. So I hope that it won't damage the function. So that's the problem, when they when your phone. So, and my god, how many the what glass temper that I replace. Because I don't know, it's just like sometimes when I put it on my side table in my bed, sometimes I'm listening music and then I fall asleep, and then the headset, it's still on my ears, and I forgot that it's connected on my phone. When I go change my position, that's the cause of falling my phone. So yeah, I can't still use that. So I really want to use that, because that's it's it's one of my lists for to create my future studio. Oh, so nobody came on my live. I don't know what's what's happening for those uh uh people. Is somebody sleeping? Okay, so I'm gonna sing for a while I'm waiting from the guests. Oh my god, guys, okay. The for those wants to know the exchange rate here in the Philippines. So two banks that I always go, but they have a good, they have a good exchange rate. Land bank, okay, land bank. They have a Okay, guys, so let me see where I can find a nice song before I start, the discussion. So I'm waiting for those ones to join with me, or for those watching on my live. Okay. So, well, one day I'm gonna use that, I'm gonna use that condenser microphone with a sounds card. So I'm just waiting, to have, to have another gadget, to match for that. Okay, so let me see where I can find other song that, it's fits on my uh, tune. Okay, so here we go. I don't know what, well, I'm gonna check because, sometimes, it happens that, the last time that I do this is, it's copyright. I don't know what's wrong. So maybe later, okay? Maybe later. So I forgot that because, the last time that, I just do a little karaoke and my video, well, I did that on the, on not on the start, not on the start on my live streaming. I did that on the, on almost to the end of the live streaming, and I found that, um the song that I, they send me a message on my YouTube studio that I have copyright, but it's not really affect on my channel. But, like I said, that it's okay, they don't really tell you that it's, a violation. But, if in case that video got money, so that revenue will goes to the person who owned that songs that I sang on that live streaming. So that's, that's the thing, that unlike before, that they will tell, oh, you can't do this, because they allow now that, you can still, you can still use that, but, the revenue will goes on the, on the owner of that song or the owner of that video. Because some people, like in the states, they allow, fair use, just, to what do you call that, content reaction. Okay, they allow that in the states, but here in the Philippines, they don't, unless that you ask permission, ask permission to those content creator, that you can, you can, if you can able, to use their, their video to make content. Okay, now, so I'm gonna discuss. So I mentioned about, about, the rates that you can go to two banks that, they really this is the two banks that I know that they offer. So I don't know some other banks, but, this is, when I search online. they gave you the rates than other other banks. So the land bank is not, they this afternoon when I check online, so the rate for USD is 55.95. It's almost, oh my god, just only 5 cents. Okay. It's 56. But that's the ceiling type. But once the buying, it's about 56 something. Yeah, it's about 56 something. Hi, Frank. Hi, sorry. Hi, Frank. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Thank you for coming. Good morning. Oh my God. So the exchange rate is, not bad. It's 55.95. That's in Land Bank here in the Philippines. I don't know other banks. And then BDO is less than the Land Bank. Okay. BDO 55.85. So the difference between the land bank and BDO is just only 10 cents. Okay. So even though if you have a bunch of a box on your the 50 cents, well, will end up for a dollar. Okay, Bob. Thank you. So that's the uh good news that for those ones to, but guys, for those this is one thing that I will announce, that uh Western people or Filipino people, you can't go to the bank, okay, if you have USD or any uh currency. You can't go to the bank to have this exchange unless you have an account there. Okay, they will not allow you unless for the some other exchange currency exchange, that's private but not in the bank. They will allow you, but if you're going to the bank, yeah, they will not allow you unless you have bank account. So, well, I don't know now if they changed that rules. Okay. and and for those residents here in the Philippines, so it's time to pay the annual report. Annual report. Oh my god, so they give, for residents here, I'm talking about, Western people reside here, or residents here in the Philippines, that you have to go to any Bureau of Immigration Annex for your annual report. Okay. So there's if you go to a main office of Bureau of Immigration Intramuros, Manila, so you have to set appointment for that. Okay, but if you go to the other, if you go to the other annex, some they ask, for appointment, for appointment, but in SM Aura you can do walk in, and they very the process, it's so fast because the security guard, they will assist you. So that's what I noticed about there, because the security guard is not only a guards on that department, but he's also help for those, for those people, to go on the computer and do registration for their annual report. Okay. So SM Aura, it's very fast, and it's very nice place, to do your annual report. Actually, they have 3 months, January, February until March. Okay, don't go too late, because once you go to last 2 minutes, it's gonna be crowded. So do early as you can, so that avoid uh, crowded places, or it takes long to process your annual report. So that's the thing, that where if you're I don't know in other countries, but here in the Philippines, once your residence, the only thing that you're still paying that, the annual report every year, annual. So it's still there's still money involved, but it's not as as big as if you're on the visa hold the tourist visa holder is not as you pay a lot. For those married to a Filipino, whether men or women, if you go if you if you want to have a residence probationary or residence visa here in the Philippines, much better, because every 5 years you renew your visa, and then every step there's another uh, category of visa that you can apply for, and the only fee that you will pay if your residence here in the Philippines is just like the annual report. So the annual report is not really cost a lot. That's only 310. So the the 10 pesos is just like the processing fee. 10 pesos. So it's not really as big as if you're tourist visa holder. So every month you have to pay, because it happens that to Frank, before I apply for residence visa here in the Philippines. So there's so many, there's a every visa that you accomplish, there's another level that you can apply for it. Okay. So if you're a tourist visa holder, so after a month or after a few months that you really want to change your visa, you can apply for that. Okay. Probationary visa and residence visa. Okay. So for a probationary visa, single Western men and women can able to apply for that. For residential, you have a Filipino man or women spouse for that, so that you will be residents here in the Philippines. And guys, well, if you really want to if you're not yet pay your for those residents here in the Philippines, I will recommend you guys go to SM Aura. No short, I know, long line for for processing your annual report is so fast. Like I mentioned that the security guard will help you, because it's walk in. Okay, you don't need to set an appointment. So they're the one who will do that, the registration form online, they will the one who do that, and all you have to do, just give your, your ECR card and your passport, and they're the one who write it that for you. So, and then for those, for those elders, if your wife or your husband with you, they will take, okay, don't worry about, sir, I will, just just send you, just let your, wife do that for you. Okay, so very, very accommodating. They're very accommodating for those, foreign people to go there to pay the annual. Unlike, my God, unlike in the main office, the Bureau of Immigration, it's so noisy because every window different transaction, so every people different, conversation. So there's no, there's no what do you call that, partition. Okay, so it's open. Patricia and Espiritu, hi, thank you for coming, Patricia. Good evening, good evening too. So that's, that's the thing that, I will advise, I will recommend, I mean, for those not yet process their annual report, just go to SM Aura, that's in BGC. Okay, that's in BGC, Bonifacio Global Center in Taguig. So you don't have to set appointment online. Okay, they will assist you right away. It's the well, it's just like, the process is just like a minute. Okay, that's a minute. And the place was so quiet and nice. If you really want to go there, guys, you will know what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's one thing. And because the SM Aura, there's an area there that, like, there's an office, there's an office for call center. Okay, and then there's a mall, and then there's a residence. Okay, so that's a big building in BGC, SM Aura. So we went to the National Bookstore because I'm so happy because it's been a long time. So here in SM, in my place is in Bicotan. So there's National Bookstore, and I can find a book that I really want to read, and I really want to learn about, money management. So I'm grateful that we went there and I found this book. Okay, guys, I will show you. So this is the book of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. So this is very nice book, to read. So I'm not yet start to read this, but I really want to read this, because I really want to absorb what the book says here, because this is it's all about money management, okay? And how to handle your business. Is the house is assets? Is the house is liability? So that's, it's kind of interesting for me. Okay, so I'm gonna discuss that. But guys, for those really want to learn, okay, but I'm not yet start reading this, but I just shown to you guys that this book will help you to educate when it comes to financial management, or money management. It will help you, to guide you, how to manage your money, and how to manage investment, how to manage real estate. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting. Okay, so the cost of book here in the Philippines, so you can find it, but guys, not all national bookstore has book of this, the Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Some they don't. Okay, So the price of this is 499. So it's over, it's over uh $9, over $9. Okay, because 490. Oh, thank you so much, Patricia. Okay. So you, if you want to join with me, Patricia, you can, you can click on the link. I would love you to join with me. Feel free. You're very welcome to join on my show. So that's, that's thing that, oh, because now that just, just only start to become a normal thing, especially here in the Philippines. I know some other countries that, they started a new new normal of, the economy starts to become normal here in the Philippines, in other countries. So that's a good thing, okay? That how to manage your money, how to invest your money to make money. Okay, that's very, it's very important, because I learned after, after 2 years of lockdown. Okay, there's a lot of people that encounter hard time during the lockdown. Okay, so now it's time for us to educate ourselves how to manage our money, because we all know that it's, especially here in the Philippines, Filipino, they're not really, unlike, unlike they have position, and they have position and, office work. Okay, they get big pay for that. But for those, for those regular employees, and this is what I observe, a lot of, go to BGC, there's a lot of high rise building build. So what's type of people can afford to buy, because imagine in studio type, millions of pesos that, you can able to get that the studio type. Imagine. So it's just they gonna build these buildings for, for rich people only, but for regular people we can't. So guys, that's important. That's why, I shown. But once I read this book, I will share with you guys, because I really love to share information that, it really helps for those people. Go on my channel, because now you can tell that people, the buildings, the high rise building that they built, for average, for average people, they can't afford that. Like in studio type, they will sell you about 7 million, 3 millions, but it's according what place you uh look for. So if you look for the place like Makati City, BGC, it's not only 7 million, they offer more than that. For those regular people that receive 15,000 or 20,000 a month, of course they're gonna go to the, they're gonna go to the place that they can still live there, but they don't really spend that money for the whole month, just to get that unit. And then what will happen to their family? There's no food. So that's one thing that, I introduced this book of Robert T. Kiyosaki, because we starts to learn how to manage our money. Okay, so you don't need to be, you know just learn, just self study, that's important. Okay, self study, that's important, because here in the Philippines we don't really go into the retirement thing. It's just like, the Filipino saying bahala na kung ano mangyari. So we don't really want to say that. Okay, so as long as you have time, to manage your money, how to make money, then do it. So that's a good thing that I bought this book, because I really want to know. Because it says here, guys, that, okay, I don't know if you agree with me, but this is what the book says. What the rich teach their kids about money, that the poor in middle class do not. So it's really asked there, what the rich people, okay, teach their kids. So what's the secret about that? So it says here on the book. But I agree that that the poor and middle class do not. So it's just like, they just tell their children, okay, you have to work this, so that you can have money, but they never teach their kids, to about, why they become rich. So that's important, guys, that we need to uh uh manage our money, because imagine, guys, I never expect that what happened to us, about the 2 years lockdown, and then the pandemic happened. I never expected that, so unexpected. So if you're not prepared, or if you're not ready, for that, you're gonna really, you really fucked up when it comes to, money, because everything was shut down. Okay, the economy was fucked up. So now that, I really want to share some ideas, but like I said, that once I read this book, I'm gonna share this with you guys. Okay. Well, for those who has money, there's still, like rich people, they're still working about that. Because, do you think that rich people, they just, they all know that they're rich, but of course, they're still working that, because the more that they have big companies or business, of course they have employees, workers. They have to sustain the needs of their workers, their employees. Of course they have to pay tax or taxes. So they never stop thinking how to make money with their money. Because this is what I notice about average people. Okay, once they receive a big, a little big amount of money, they don't really think what's gonna good for, what kind of business are gonna build, to make this money. But a lot of people, they cannot really sleep. What what place I'm gonna go, what country I'm going to have a staycation. So what type of clothes I'm gonna buy. That's that's the way they think. Okay, so sorry guys, don't take this offense. Okay, but this is real talk. Okay, a lot of people, if they have money, They just think how to spend it, but they never think how to make money with this money. It's just like it reminds me of Frank, that he bought his Corvette with the interest of money that he has. He never used the principal amount, but he used the interest of his money to buy this Corvette. Okay? So if somebody will, if somebody educate when it comes to financial, possible you can do same as what Frank did. So that's why, like, um once you build a house, is that assets or liabilities? If you build a building, is that assets or liabilities? If you buy a car, is that assets or liabilities? So that's, that's the this book, it really tells you what type of property is asset, what type of property is liabilities. So that's, that's very important. Yeah, that's right, Frank. So I'm so oh, early. Because, here's the thing, guys, that, I'm not really into the book reading. Okay, I'm not. I'm just read book if if I like that book, if I know that, if it's interesting, I really want to read a book. But I'm not the type of person that, I just spend my hours, just to read book. I'm not really into that. But I know how to read. But I'm not really enthusiastic, to read book like other people. And then, um, so tonight is February 1st here in the Philippines. Just like when I watch news, local news, that there's uh announcement that for those, okay, for those, it doesn't matter, guys, it doesn't matter if you're Filipino, if you're Western people. Be careful of those people that you meet online, especially when they want, to see you in person. Okay, especially now that there's a lot of scamming coming because of this Love Hearts Month. Be careful that, because they advise, if you really want to meet this person, it's better to have a video call first, to meet that person, to do a video call first before you decided, to meet this person. Because no no matter what happened, you have the proof that this is the person that you meet. Okay, don't allow yourself to meet this person, men and women. Okay, take note, men and women, without do a video call first. Okay, so be careful about that offer, that offer about that, because there's a lot of, this is, when I watch on, when I watched the news, it makes sense what they said, that you have to do video call first before you decided, oh, okay, I want to meet this person in person, because I know his face. So if something happened, or because there's a cases that they met this person, and then this person did a bad to this woman, and she has no idea who's the person that she will meet. So they will advise that, well, as much as you can, do a video call first. Okay, do a video call first. Or the best thing that you can do, if you don't really know that person, don't go on his offer or her offer, to meet, because you never know what's on the mind of this person who wanted to meet you. Okay, so be careful, that guys, be careful. It doesn't matter if you're a Western man here in the Philippines, Western people here in the Philippines, or Asian people here in the Philippines. It doesn't matter. Okay, don't fall for those, sweet tongue of these people. Okay, so that's one thing that I really want. So I'm not really into I just watch news, of course, because I'm very aware what's going on in my country, Philippines. I'm very aware that what's going on. So I just watch some news that I can able to share with you guys, so that so you aware of what's going on in our country. Okay. And then when I watch between I don't really want to take this too long. It's just like when I when I watch the news about former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, about what he said about to President Marcos, was so ridiculous. I don't know, for those Filipino watch the news. You know what I'm talking about. So that's really ridiculous. So whether is that true true or not, so we must be careful. We must be aware what's going on. Okay, what's going on in our country. That's very important things to do. Okay. So it's just like it makes me laugh. Oh my God. And then he said that he must be lucky because that time he was not a president. Oh my God. So guys, that's the thing that I really want, to be careful about, meeting people online. And so be careful, be wise, and be smart, for your decision that you're gonna commit this person once you planning, to meet this in person. Be smart and wise, okay? Because you don't want to end up that you become a victim of this type of people, go online, that harass or blackmail people. Okay, so be careful about that, guys. So on this book, that like this is one thing that it's okay, once because like in business, okay, you cannot really tell to yourself, if you build if you put up a business, you cannot really tell yourself if your business is successful within 5 years. Okay, within 5 years. So within 5 years that your business doing good, so you can tell that you're doing good also to run your business. But a lot of people, when they start business from first to 3 years or first to 2 years, the business is great. Okay, business is great. But once it first to two first to 2 years, okay, the business is great, and then 3 years, 4 years, that's the start of the business starts to become, a kind of a rough stage dealing with your business. Okay, so all you have to do that, if you read some books, when it comes to business, if you're financially uh, educate, you can really handle that, even though that you have some some lose some money for that, but you never stop. Because I do believe this saying, it's okay to fail, at least you tried. Okay, that's the one thing that you tried. So if you read book, and it depends how you understand what the book says. So it doesn't matter you failed. Okay, it doesn't matter, at least you tried. Okay, so don't think that the failure is a hindrance of your success. No, make the failure uh to part of your success in life, because once you fail, you learn. Okay, that's that's what I look about that. Once you fail, you learn. So once you learn, you level up. Okay, I have read many of the books on building wealth and shown many people how to make into upper middle class. Yeah, and it's just like uh here, here in the Philippines, dealing your money in the bank is not really, if you're dealing your bank, if you open an account that's regular, it's not really for me. Forget it, forget it, because they don't really give you the interest that you wanted, unless, because here there's a certain amount of money, like 500,000. So they will give you, about 5%, 1 million, 500,000 to 1 million, 5% of that. But that's annual. Okay, that's time deposit. So if you read some book that you can able to educate yourself to make money, so you don't have to bring, your money. Because here's what I notice about here in the Philippines. Okay, you bring money to the bank, they give you a small percentage of your money. Okay, but if you loan money from the bank, they will give you a big interest rates. So it's just like they rob your pocket for that. So instead that these depositors go to your bank, they will give a compliment that, okay, I will give this big interest for those depositors. So that we can um, um, they can invest their money to us, because we give them a big interest. But they don't. So it's just like for me that, oh, when I know that the interest rates in the states that they give on 5% or 6% CD, or that's we call that in here in the Philippines in time deposit. or CD. Okay, so that's, oh my God, it just like, wow. So I got interest on that, because instead of going to to do a business, okay, to do a business, you're still you're really enthusiastic to deal on the bank, because they give you a 5% interest rates in your money. But here, my God, how many percent? 0.25 is not yet 1%. My God. But if you're gonna use their credit card, okay, they will give you 30% interest rate. And then if you late to pay on time, there's another penalty. And this is so ridiculous, guys, because okay, if you if you open a account in the bank here in the Philippines, there's so many question about where's the money came from, when the fund came from, what you gonna do with this money. It's too much question that you don't really want to hear that, because for me, it's none of your business where the money came from. Okay, they ask, some, you don't really want, you don't really want to show an attitude, but they're the one to teach you to show an attitude, because the question that they ask is not really related to open a bank account. My God, so ridiculous. Okay, guys, for those wants to ask question, feel free to ask question. This is the only time that we will be answering question for free. Yeah. And some, ay nako, it's so, it's really, it's really disappointed to deal with the bank here. Okay, because they will ask, they will ask everything that is not really related on the thing that you ask. My God. And this is so funny, guys, because uh okay, you open an account, you already have account on the bank. Okay, once they know that you have a big amount of on that bank, and once you don't have to apply for credit card. Okay, you don't have to apply for credit card, because they're the one who gonna process that for you, without asking you, would you like mom, would you like mom to to register for would you like mom to apply for for credit card. No, they don't. once they know once they know that you have a big amount money in the bank, they will not ask you. They will, you're just surprised that they, the courier send a credit card. So it's up to you if you're gonna grab that, because they know that you have money. So if in case that you cannot pay the the dues of the the credit card limit, they will take that money from your bank account automatically. So don't fall for that, okay, guys, because here's the thing that a lot of people, uh it's nice, it's nice, it's nice to tell to anyone that you have credit card, but it's not really it's not really convenience for people, because once you use that credit card, you have to pay that, so you cannot really save money for that. And then some people, they have what do you call that, they have a problem when it comes to credit card because they think that mm, they can buy anything, but you can buy anything, but you have to pay for that, or else your credit card will decline if you cannot pay on time. And then if you cannot pay on time, you have penalty for that, so another interest. So I'm not really fall for that. I am not really fall for that. I have two credit cards, but I don't. I don't. I'm not interested to have that because I don't want to have a headache in my brain. So I'm good. I'm good. No, thank you. No, thank you. Credit card. Okay, it's just like you tell that, I have a credit card. So what if you have credit card, but if you're gonna use that, you have lots of debt. So it's up to you how you deal with your credit card. For me, it doesn't matter for me how big is my money on my wallet, as long as cash, and I don't have a debts, to pay every month. So that's feel better than to have a credit card, than oh my god, every month. Well, actually, for me, but here's the thing here. I really want to have that, I really want to have that credit card. They give me, a good credit card. But the thing is, it's not and monthly, because some of here, especially here in the Philippines, that a lot of credit cards, there's a monthly charge whether you use or not. So what's the use? So not all the time you have to go to the bank, go to the mall and spend that every month. No way. So it's not really convenience for me if I have credit card. So for me, the credit card is just like for in case of emergency. Okay. Yeah, that's a big help for in case of emergency. But the thing is here in the Philippines that whether you use or not, you have to pay every month. So if you're not paid that every month, they gonna give you another penalty for that. My goodness. So they gonna really rob your pocket for that. So I don't really want to deal with that. Okay, I don't, because I don't want to have a headache for that kind of situation. Okay, so that's ridiculous. My god. So this was the only thing that, okay, I told to Frank, I don't really want to deal with a bank because I experience a lot of, oh my God, like I mentioned that, once you open a bank account, where's the fund came from? Okay. How much, it's none of your business if I open a bank account. As long as I comply the requirements to open a bank account, you don't have to ask me where's the money came from. What you gonna do with this money? So it's none of your business. That's too personal to ask. Okay. So it's just the only thing that I can, I deal with a bank because, my landlord will not accept the cash. He will wants, the post-dated check that deposited on the bank. So that's the thing that, okay, we need to do this. But, dealing with this bank, oh my God, there's a lot of things that I don't really uh deal with that. Okay, because it's not really, like I said, that they will give you interest like 5%. If you have money, half a million or 1 million pesos, regular people cannot have that in their savings. Okay, they don't. And they will give you that. And then there one thing that, They don't give your money that deposit in the bank. There's no insurance unless that you have half million pesos, 500,000 pesos. They will insure that. Okay. So if your money is below half million, you cannot have the insurance. That's crazy. That's crazy. So that's good thing that if you're educate yourself, self study. You don't need to go to the well, that's it's better, it's better to go with to talk with a professional financial institution. But as you just do something, just self study, and you can learn, and you will realize that, oh, it's better not to bring your money in the bank because the bank rob your pocket. So it's just like, oh my god, instead that they gave you a big interest, because without your money they cannot make money. Okay, but it's not here in the Philippines. Okay, you depositors receive a very small percentage of interest, but this is this is crazy. Once you loan money from the bank, oh my god, like credit card, they will ask, they will ask 30% interest rate from the money that you loan to the bank. But once you deposit, it's just like I still remember 0.25%. It's not even 1%. My goodness. Goodness. And like I mentioned that if if you open the regular account, very small, the 0.25%. But if you open for for what you call time deposit, like half million, 500,000, or 1 million, they will give you 5% interest. Okay, but you cannot really take that money easily, because there's a certain time that you can get that. So okay, example, 1 year, the money that your half million is there, it's stuck in the bank for 1 year. You cannot really touch that. Okay, unless that the juice is over. That's the time you can get the money, the principal amount. But you know what they do in the bank? So there's a certain time they make money in your money, but they give you a small interest. So that's unfair. So I don't really like to deal with the bank. The only thing that I deal with the bank, because of our because of the the payment method that our landlord wants to do for her. If she let us to pay her cash, we do that, because I don't really want to deal you know in the bank, because you're gonna pissed off when they ask you where's the money came from. Ay nako, it's very frustrating. So I don't really want to deal with that. My patient for that, because that it's easy for me to irritate, because the ask question is not related to the open a bank account. Okay, it's okay for me, I will answer if that question is related to open an account. Okay, and then they will ask how much money you gonna deposit. It's none of your business, as long as I have I have the principal amount that you asked to opening a savings or checking or whatever that kind of account. You don't have to ask how much money that I gonna deposit. But the bank here, they will certain, oh, how much money that you gonna deposit for, how many months you gonna deposit the money. Because you know what? This is what I'm thinking. If they know that, okay, every month, if you're gonna tell, oh, so every month I'm gonna deposit, and then okay, they will tell you, and how much you're gonna deposit every month. My God, that's, oh my God, it really me. Oh my goodness, please, please, stop asking me, or else I'm gonna tell you, forget it. It's not really, it's not really, um, well, it's not really good, to, oh, like I said, that, if it's not for our landlord, I don't really want to deal with this bank. Okay. Because it's really get me pissed off when they ask. It's uh out of the question that they will ask when you open bank account. My goodness. And then this is so funny because we went to the other bank, and then I don't know if I mentioned this on, on the on the live other live stream. We all know that especially Western people, they cannot bring money over 10,000 USD. So they have to get a certificate to declare, okay, before they came here in the Philippines. And then there's a bank here. Well, I don't want to mention because I don't want you to feel don't want to go to their bank. So we really planned, to open, account there. And they said, no, you cannot, sir, because, we need, the 10,000 dollars for that. So we are planning to open an account. And then we told the manager, you forgot that, foreign people were not allowed to bring here over 10,000 pesos. And then, oh my God, here's the thing that they, okay, we don't have the cash, so you ask, huh? Yeah, up to that amount. I mean, up to that amount. 10,000, yeah, but what? Okay. Ah, okay. So there's so many guidelines that, you have to deal with the Philippine bank. My God, it's just a headache. Headache. And then this is so funny, guys, because I would just, oh my God, my goodness. So, okay, I don't know if you go to, like, any department store or any mall. There's a certain area that, uh, bank employees, they offer a credit card. Okay. So this is so funny because they will ask, ma'am, would you like to apply for credit card so there's no monthly fee? Okay. And then they will ask, do you have a credit card? That's why we're gonna apply credit card so that we can get the credit card. Why they ask, you have credit card? That's ridiculous. I told them, of course it's given that we don't have a credit card because we want to apply for credit card, and now you ask credit card. Okay, so here's the funny thing. Okay, you want to play with us, so let's do a play. Okay, so they ask me, oh, do you have a credit card, mom? And then I tell them, yeah. And then they will ask, is that local or what? I know they don't ask, is that local or what? Then they ask, what type of bank is that? What kind of credit card is that? And then I told them, American Express. American Express. And what its bank is that, ma'am? And then they refuse. And they refuse. They don't really want, they don't really want to apply you if you have international credit card. That's crazy. Okay. That's crazy. So you just walk away, think, okay, if ever that, if they allow us, to use, to show the international credit card or international bank account. So that's, that's a business, that means that, me, I bring money to their bank, but they're not think that way. So they let the money go, walk out on their, on their bank, because they refuse to take my credit card, because that credit card is international credit card. So it's just like, oh my god, I just laugh. Okay, no thank you. So it's just like, oh my god. So I just like, I do, once they do games on how to, how to uh invite people to apply for the credit cards, and it's so, it's, oh sorry mom, we cannot do that. Okay. So it's just like, oh my god. So you know what, if I'm the, if I'm the employees of the, of the bank, I will tell to my manager, mom, that, uh we experience that there's a lot of people that, they're willing to apply for our, for our local credit card. The only problem is they are international credit card holder. So you can able to make this uh possible, that, our clients can able to get this credit card. So that's, I'm gonna, for me, if I'm, if I'm the bank employees, I will discuss that to the manager. And of course, if the manager is smart enough to understand that, uh, once they allow that, of course it brings money to their bank. But they don't tell the, you know what, guys, they will tell, oh sorry mom, so we're not in the, we're not in the United States, we're here in the Philippines, so what can you say? So you just shut your mouth. It means that shut your mouth. Okay. So because it's not, it's not, well, it's just for me. Okay, if I, one day, someday, if I build my own business, I will, I will go to different, different uh area that, same the category of my business. I will, I will learn, and I want to know about their, their strategy, how to make, their business uh working well. So I will learn that. But like here in the Philippines, that, they don't really, they don't really like in the bank, that they don't really talk and sit down with this manager, to tell, the employees. Okay, so if you're not really, if you don't really have enough knowledge, to deal with this kind of situation, that they're dealing with people, particularly this depositor, they gonna be a mean. Okay, they gonna mean. So if they know that you have knowledge to deal with this kind of transaction, they gonna, they're very nice to you. But as long as, okay, if they're gonna ask you and they will say no, and then there's no follow-up question, oh my god. Yeah, get ready. Get ready. You will receive a lot of questions. So my god. Guys, like if you want to really, if you want to deal with the bank here in the Philippines, for those Western people, make sure that you're patient, your pocket is full of patient for that. Okay, or else you're gonna end up will tell them forget it, forget it, because you're gonna feed up about what they're asking for you and how they treat. Only get cards that you don't have to pay a yearly fee. Yeah. So I'm looking for that, the credit cards that, yearly fee, but they don't have here. But, they said that, oh, it depends, they will do that here, Frank, but, there's a certain amount that they can waive. Okay. Imagine, I think 250, if you're gonna use that card or not, you're still gonna pay 250 pesos a month. So imagine for regular people, that's how many kilos of rice. Okay. And then they can able, to bring food for their family. Okay. Banks to try make you feel like they are doing you a favor. No. You are doing them one. You are loaning the bank money to make money with your money. Exactly. So that's really, ridiculous, when it comes to dealing with the money. Okay, but here's the thing, guys, that there's a lot of people. That's why lending, there's a lot of scamming. What do you call that? Online business. It's just like pyramid scheming. There's a lot of people scam for that because they really fall for the big interest. Guys, be careful about peoples that really know. Even though you know that person, be careful, be smart enough to know what's the operation of the business proposal that they offer to you, because it's a kind of a scheme. Because a lot of Filipino, once they know, okay, you have to invest this, that you will get a big interest for that. Oh, be careful about that, because there's a lot of cases that happen that they scam, and then this person in charge of this of this scamming, it's disappear, and your money that you work for so many years, you work for that your retirement, it's gonna be vanish. So be careful dealing with this investment. Okay. So, is anyone have a question for me, or you're just watching? Feel free, don't hesitate. I have a good suggestion, for those ones to invest, especially Western people. Real estate investment is good here in the Philippines. That's a good investment. Like, buying a condo. Okay, it's just like, rent to own. That's because if you're gonna go to rent to own, but there's down down payment, and then there's a reservation, but all of the money that you put on that, they will deduct it the amount. And here's the thing, that when you go to rent to own, that's not as big as once you rent, because it's just like less, the monthly that you pay for that. And then if you're ready to go back to the states, you can, the unit that you purchase, you can lease that, at least, even though that you're there in the states, your unit is still make money. Okay. But the only thing that I can tell you guys, that be smart enough to lease your condo with these people, because some people, they lease, they just damage your unit, but you have to smart enough and make the contract. If something happened, if something destroy or break on that condo, they're the one who gonna pay for that. So be smart enough to make the contract, and then be smart enough to lease this for those people. Okay, so it's not uh it's not like, it's just if you put that on, for rent. It's just like it's easy for me to deal with these people, but you have to talk the person first. Okay, because like I said that, some, especially, they don't really care. It doesn't matter, if they break or something, because they think, oh, I'm rent. Okay, so you have to be smart enough to make the contract. Okay, because if they read the contract, they're very careful. They're very careful to take care of your unit, because there's a contract notarized by the lawyer or by the attorney. Okay, so if something happened and they did not follow what's the contract, you can file a case towards the person that rent your unit. But like I said, that, be smart. Be smart to deal with this kind of, but like I said, the real estate investment, that's really good start of business. But the principal amount, it's quite big, but I'm guarantee you guys that, will return the money back so fast. So it's according how you make, the place, or the contract for lease, so that you cannot really shoulder everything if you're gonna lease that unit. Okay, so that's one thing that our plan in the future. But I'm very uh aware of the location, that people can access. That's very important. Once you build apartment, let's say apartment or a building, it's near to the hospital, near to the bank, airport, accessible, on the public transportation. Okay, is school. But it's not really, all the thing that I mentioned, it's very near. But important is near to the hospital and bank. Okay, it's not really important about the mall and market, because you can tell. But important is the bank and hospital, because if in case of emergency, it's easy for you to bring the patient to the hospital. That's a very important, especially for those, if you married to a elder. Okay, that's important. So look the location. If you have family, important is school, hospital, bank. For me, mall, it not really necessary to be closed. Okay, so it doesn't matter, because as long as you have car, or you have uh yeah, you have car, to go on that. It doesn't matter for me if it's quite farther than my place. But important is, if you have kid, school, hospital, and bank. That's very important. Airport, yeah, kinda, but it's not really on the top three that I mentioned. Okay, so location is very important to build a apartment, to build a building, to build a house. What? Put A1 in the chat if you want more info. So that's all, guys, that I'm really want to share with you guys, so that one day, if you really want to build your own business. So uh I already mentioned the best, the best investment, that you don't really have to worry. But you know what, they said the food, food, it's kind of a risky. But if you invest on real estate, it's not really. But the amount you're gonna start, that it's quite big. But it's really worth it if you really run that investment, the real estate investment, well, than the food business. Okay, so that's all, guys. So I hope that you learn from my show tonight, or day in your time. So thank you so much. So I don't know who's these people watching, but again, thank you for tuning in. And I have, this coming Sunday, so I have a discussion. So I'm gonna follow up about, how to make money, money management for that, or financial management for that. That's very important, because in our lives, money is important. Okay, so that's all, guys, and thank you so much. So I really want to sing, but it's just like few people coming here, so maybe next time. Maybe next time. So if I gonna sing, maybe it will turns to five, four, three, two. It's just like a countdown. So yeah, um, educate yourself, self study. That's important. Okay. So if you want to grab some book, but you have to buy the book, the Rich Dad and Poor Dad, but Robert T. Kiyosaki. So that's only 4.99. It's very very affordable, but you learn a lot, because they do some diagram here. So, well, I'm not yet started reading, just just the introduction, but I really want to study about this. So for those, for Valentine's is coming. So yeah, be careful that, guys, be careful about what I mentioned about that, because that's what, the news uh tells. So 48. So I'm gonna end up this 2 hours. Okay. So any question? No question? And about health insurance, I'm gonna discuss that in the other time. So, and well, it's just like this is so scary because I remember now the microplastic that they've been shown on the news that the milk fish from the Gupan, okay, milkfish or bangus, and they found out about the intestine of the milkfish or bangus. They found a microplastic, okay, this very small particle that's once one it the plus, oh my god, when it comes to garbage, they don't really Filipino, this is what I also see, that once they eat candy, it's just like throw it, even though there's a garbage. Once they drink water, bottle, it just drop on the street. And that's what happened because the microplastic, that's very small particle that you can barely see. And then once you go to the water, the fish will drink that, will eat that. And then once like we eat fish, it goes on that, on their system. And even though we cook that, we transfer it to our system, that is very unsafe. I don't know, it's just like when it comes to throwing the proper disposal of garbage, Filipino, I'm not saying all, but a lot of Filipino, they don't really care. Especially the guys, in what do you call that, carinderia, they use plastic. Be careful about that, guys, because there's a microplastic that they use, that once you eat in the small carinderia. Carinderia, what do you call that in English? Carinderia, like in the food court, some they put plastic, but like in the street food, put something in the plastic, so we never know that the microplastic, it's stick on the food that we eat, that goes in our system, and then we get sick. So I think some of the some of, yeah, that's they mentioned the news when I saw that the milk fish, that they found that well, they the doctor said that it's still safe to eat, but come on, already that the fish has a microplastic on the system. Why you still eating that fish, and you will end up get sick? Jesus Christ. So if I saw something that is not, it's harmful for my health, why should I eat that? But the doctor said that it's still safe, but he already mentioned that the microplastic is not safe once you eat like the fish that has microplastic. Oh my goodness, I don't know which one we gonna follow, or which one is real, which one is true. So I'm very aware what's going on in our, especially what's going on in my country, our country, Philippines. For Filipino people, we must be aware what's going on in our country, what's going on in our surrounding. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? So that is just like the song 25 years and my life has still. So I give you a little information about that, guys. Okay, so just a few minutes. left, and I gonna so 2 hours. I'm gonna do this 2 hours. So don't forget, guys, to give me thumbs up for that. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Everyone is sleep tonight. Everyone is sleep tonight. Yeah, it's my time here is 5 minutes in advance. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go before 12 midnight. Oh, by the way, I don't know when is the. Oh, yeah. February 10 is Lunar New Year. So Chinese and Korean, they same celebrate, Lunar New Year. So in Chinese New Year, and then Lunar New Year. Alive. Thank you, Frank. Chinese New Year. So for those ones to celebrate Chinese New Year, get ready for the tikoy. Tikoy is just like a sticky rice. Okay. Chinese people serve that for a Chinese New Year. Okay. So you have to cook that with with egg, fry in a little oil. It's sticky glutinous rice. I mean glutinous rice. So they just watching Frank. They don't really react. They don't type They just watching. Who's these people? Who's these people? Do I know you? I think so. Do I know you? Chinese New Year. So, well, Filipino New Year is over. So Chinese or Lunar New Year. For Korean and Chinese, I don't know if Japanese they celebrate Lunar New Year. Because I can see on the on my calendar, the red is, it says that Lunar New Year. So I'm gonna say thank you to those who come on my show. Okay. Thank you. And see you. Well, I don't know if you're gonna come on my live streaming on this coming Sunday. So I'm really appreciate that. Okay. So I think these people, I know these people because once they, once they comment, Frank, I know who they are. I know who they are. Okay. So, but anyway, thank you for coming. I appreciate that. Because if they gonna comment, I know who they are. I know it. But anyway, thank you. So thank you so much, guys, and have a good night to everyone. Bye.